So I'm very curious. I'm very curious how you do it. You know how it was. How did that
Well,
happen?
Zuman, I'll start first. So
Okay, so
it's my fourth intestinal cleanse. So I guess the more we do them, the deeper it goes, right? So I can tell you that I started eliminating yesterday, and all night I was up. I must have gotten up at least 3 times during the night to eliminate. And this morning I eliminated again.
Wow. You're part of the one we call the fast movers. Yeah.
Thankfully.
Yeah, fast mover. Yeah. It gets actually everybody become a fast mover at some point. The cleaner it gets, is at some point it's just very
How many cleanses would you say before? So what is it supposed to look like when you don't have much anything else inside? Like when you don't have much, what is it supposed to look like?
Well, okay. Maybe it's a good time. I will share a screen with you, okay? Because so just below the banner, when you open the website, if you scroll down just below the banner, you will see mucoid plaque and liver stone analysis. There's a button there in a square just below the banner, the opening banner, just below on the right side. You will see, and you click on this, and then you can self-analyze your plaque. Okay, because we did that because it's at some point we realized that not everybody is comfortable in sharing their what comes out, but everybody's curious to know what it is. So we just created a page to help people just find out by themselves. Okay, so this is what it looks like when it's clean. Okay, this is different forms. You can see this one here. Just you can even see the shape of the intestine. It's slick. It's slick. It doesn't look wet. It's just a little glossy, but you know, it's not like.
And that is good. This is good.
Yeah,
this
is
what
a sign that this is the people who've been cleansing for a while, and you know, it's brown, slick. And it's a rope, you know, there's nothing yellow in it, there's no mucus, there's no black dots, it's not, you know, it's even. And this is when it reaches that point, you know, this is the point you can say, okay, now I'm at the maintenance stage. So that means like you can just periodically, like twice a year, just every 6 months, you just do a cleanse just for maintenance to remove whatever would have accumulated there. Okay. And then it's categorized with different things because it will not necessarily be full on one color necessarily. It can be, okay, but not necessarily. Like you see this one here has some pieces of green. There's quite a lot of stuff in this. There's fat, there's yellowish stuff. Oftentimes the yellowish, you can see it through the layer of product. Okay, so you can see that there's something under a kind of a glossy coating, which is the product, and then you can see if you play with it a little bit with a stick, you will see what's underneath. It can be all kinds of things. You see this one here has some black, so these are pieces that have been there for a long time. Okay.
Also, black pieces. Okay, black pieces. That's what it means because I have a lot of black pieces.
Yes, so that's you're getting deep. Yeah. So and normally when it's like that, it smells bad as well. Okay. Yes. Because oftentimes when it comes out, it has practically no smell. You know, the first layers, and when it gets deep like this, then you can say, oh, this is different. This is different. So that's a good sign. That's a good sign. You're getting into the deepest layers, and it can be also little chunks. Little chunks can be like things that were stuck in the plies along the track. Okay, so this can happen. So when you see this coming, it can be okay due to a sudden release of bile. Okay, or it can be if somebody would eat like or drink green juices on the second day. It can also have cowardice, and anything you see coming out, it's never a matter of worrying. It's out. Okay, it gives you information. It tells you when it's like that. You definitely should tell yourself, I need to do another one. Okay, you want it to become like this. That's the goal. Okay, it's pretty easy to determine, but when it's over, but it's compared to the liver, for example. Okay, but it's difficult to ask me, for example, how many it will take. This is, but normally the intestine is not such a big deal. Not such a big deal. Of course, I've seen people having kilos and kilos. I have an experience, for example, because before working with the enzyme, we were using other products like bentonite and psyllium and all those methods, and we were also using colon hydrotherapy. I've seen a man losing 8 kilo in 1 hour. Okay, it was at some point it was like the dam broke, and then it started to come out like black into the tube, and so, it's difficult to say how many it will take. So this I cannot mislead you with that. So the red color, okay, the red color, it depends how it shows. Oftentimes, when you see red color, it may be due to the hemorrhoids. And there's nothing to worry about. Okay, it's just because you see there's a quantity, the size, and all this that comes out, and the hemorrhoids just release a little blood in it, and most likely the second one won't have this. If it would be like pouring blood, this is something else, but that would probably have happened before the cleansing. And if it's like this, a person should not do the cleanse. Actually, it should work with liquid enzyme. Should first consult a physician to just have a clear diagnosis of what this could be. Okay, and engage in with liquid enzyme and the pills, for example, for the healing, reduction of inflammation, and things like that. So this is what it is. To know if the blood, for example, if it's dark blood, then it's coming from the upper tract, and if it's light colored blood, like light red, it's from the lower part. Okay. So the yellow, this is where it's big. It's there's more to say when it gets yellow, because it can show a dysfunction of the liver. Okay, it can be an excess of heat, or the spleen deficiency in Chinese medicine, we would say, but it can also be because the liver does not release enough bile. What makes the feces look brown is the bile, actually. Okay, when it's green, it's because there's a blast out, there's a flush of bile that happens suddenly, and it cannot transform completely brown. But in a normal release of bile, the feces will look brown. If it happens like this, don't panic also or anything. You will see maybe the second one is okay. Maybe the second one is okay. You will see that there are some ingredients in this cleanse that work on the blood and work on the liver as well. So there is it's initiated already, the cleansing of the liver, and oftentimes it's just a little release, and it will change. But definitely when you see that coming, that means keep on going. Okay, keep on going, and you may think of adding shortly some liver cleansing as well. So black like this. These I just chose, like these ones you can see they're fully black. These ones here on the right, there's just pieces. So maybe Soto, it was more like this. Yours, like,
no, it was little pieces stuck in the mucoid, in the mucus.
like little beads, you mean?
Yeah, it's like little pieces. I don't know. It looks like it's some little pieces broken off or something, but it was all over. Anytime there was mucus coming out, there was always black pieces in all the mucus.
Okay, so this can be from the plies as well, because normally when it's the deeper layers, you will see that it's mixed together. You know, it will be like kind of layers, like two-color ice cream kind of thing, you know. So we'll see anyway, you know, what it is. But definitely the black pieces indicate that it's very old stuff. Okay, so if it's not due to stomach bleeding, because if it's from an ulcer of the upper tract, anyway, you would have felt that before. You would know that there's something wrong, and you probably had feces before that were also black. Okay, so this is an indication of the black. The pale is definitely expressing a blockage, a major blockage of the liver. Okay, so it does not release any bile inside. Especially you see this one on the right side, it's pale, it's almost beige color. So this is an indication that there's a blockage in the liver, and as soon as you will be opening the liver, this should change quite quickly, because the you know, like when it's like this, it means like almost that there's no bile secreted, you know. And it can be also celiac disease, but you know, celiac already they know they have it. So here, what you say, you see here, when it looks like this is the product, because I often have this this question, you know, isn't it all the product coming out? You know, there's a lot of people trying to debunk the value of a cleanse, or if it works, and what comes out is actually just something that is normal, that is there. Well, if it was so, it would be all the same, right? It would all come out there for everybody all the same. So when you have these, this is the best argument you can give to these people. This is the product here. This is what it looks. It's kind of jelly-like product. So here, this is fat. This is fat. So so this is undigested fat. You can see mixed with some product, and this is major. You know, when you see something like that, definitely, you know, we can question either we have enzyme deficiencies. Also, it can be also a liver dysfunction, because the bile is actually breaking down the fat. So it can look like this. Dampness, you see, sometimes it comes like a puree like this. Okay. So it can come like a puree like this, or it's kind of a plaque, but very, very wet. Very wet. So that expresses that you've been releasing internal dampness. Internal dampness in Chinese medicine is really a terrain that will promote fungus, all kinds of imbalance of the digestive tract. Mold also, because people say, you know, is your cleanse can help with mold if you have mold issues. Yes, because actually the solution for mold is not to just release the mold, but it's to dry the system, right? There's no mold possible in the drier environment.